welcome to Toffee TV. This is the Everton News Daily. It is Wednesday, the 10th of August, 2016. Everton made a sign, and I'm sure Ashley Williams a sign from Swansea City for a rumoured amount of £12 million. Not exactly sure about that. There's talk it was 9 million. So let's just say 12. Let's just say 12 million for the sake of it. Some quotes from the player and also from his new manager, Ronald Koeman. He has said, Ashley Williams has said, I've had 8 great years at Swansea, and for me, a new challenge was something I felt I needed. So I'm delighted to have joined Everton. Everton is a great club with an unbelievable manager, a world legend in football, and I believe the club is going in the right direction. This is something I want to be part of. I look forward to seeing what the manager's plans are for me and the team. He's been one of the greatest centre-halves to ever play the game, so I look forward to learning from him and seeing what he can teach me. I really can't wait to get out there at Goodison. I've always enjoyed playing on the Goodison pitch, so it would be nice to, as an Everton player, and experience what it's all about when I'm part of the home team. This is always a noisy place with a crowd that gets behind the team. as an away player, I've scored at Goodison and in my career, but I haven't in my career, I haven't scored many goals. It's a difficult place to play. What Everton fans can expect of me is an honest player, a hard-working player who will try and do as good as I can for my teammates and the club. I'm not always perfect, but I always have the right intentions, and I will try to leave it all out there on the pitch. I'm excited about meeting my new teammates, staff, and focused on the season ahead. Personal thanks to Ronald Koeman, Steve Walsh, Everton chairman Bill Kenwright, and my representatives at New Era Global Sports for making this fantastic opportunity possible. Then he just says stuff about Swansea, not asked. Ronald Koeman has said, we wanted to bring in a strong player in centre defence position, a player who knows the Premier League and actually fits the bill for us very well. He's an experienced defender and the kind of player we need in the team. He is a leader. He showed this at Swansea and he's shown it for his country. And he's looking forward to a new challenge here at Everton. Interesting comments then from Ronald Koeman about Ashley Williams, because obviously we've got Phil Jagielka already at the club, who you would say is an experienced player, is a leader. So, you know, the fact that he's brought him in, does that signal that Phil Jagielka is not a starter for Ronald Koeman, a shoo-in when he's fit? Not exactly the same kind of players. I know that as such. So it's an interesting one, which leads us into obviously the the Sunderland situation. Obviously, the player we've been looking at is Lenane Kone. I think that's how you pronounce his first name. It sounds like a bid of £18 million has been knocked back. Sunderland won Phil Jagielka. Obviously, David Moyes wants him to go in there and be what Ronald Koeman wants Ashley Williams to be at Everton. So that's an interesting one. You know, if we really want Kone from Sunderland, will Ronald Koeman sacrifice Phil Jagielka? Doesn't seem in his immediate plans, and he can bring in another centre back. Is he willing to sacrifice Phil Jagielka? Kone's already said that he wants a new deal at Sunderland. If they're knocking back the deal, an £18 million bid, he wants a new deal. So we'll have to wait and see over the next couple of days where that's going, whether there's any life in that deal. I think the player wants to move to us. I think Everton not seriously want to get it done. Whether Sunderland are just holding out for more money or they're holding out for Phil Jagielka, that's what we'll have to wait and see. That's an interesting one. That's at a tipping point. But it'll be interesting to see whether that one goes through over the next few days. Staying with the centre backs or the defence as well, it looks like Brendan Galloway could be moving to Newcastle on loan for a seven-figure fee. This is an interesting one. On one hand, I'm thinking that's excellent for Galloway, going out on loan at a decent sized club, not a big club obviously, but a decent sized club, playing a full season in the Championship, whether it be at left back or centre back. But then that makes, you think about how many games he played for us last season, and you think he can play left back. So we've only got Baines and Oviedo. Both of them in the last 2 years don't have a brilliant injury record. And Oviedo, for me, is someone I wouldn't be that bothered who we let go. So letting him go, Galloway, that's a tough one. And then there's also the situation of Luke Garbutt, which is a weird one. I really don't. I really don't get that one at all. I really don't get that one. So we'll wait and see. Wait and see if Brendan Galloway moves to Newcastle on loan. That that'll be an interesting one. It'll be an interesting one to see if that goes through. A player, hopefully, that'll move in the next 24 hours to Everton is Yannick Bolasie from Crystal Palace. There was obviously strong, more than rumours yesterday about a deal for 25 million rising up to 28 million, 25 million. Those numbers have sort of come down today to near 18, 20 million, but they'll probably go back up to around 25 million before this deal is finally done. Whether that be 25 million, 20 plus add-ons that make it 25. I'm not sure. I'm not sure at all. So we'll just have to wait and see on that one. But it looks like he'll come in. It looks like it's the player certainly wants it. Palace want it. Let's not get this. Let's not make a mistake here. Palace want it. They've brought in the guy from Newcastle. That name just completely escapes me at the moment. They've brought him in. They want money so they can go and get Benteke from Liverpool. Obviously, they want that money as well. So I think all parties want it done. So I think it'll be done basically. It'll be done basically. Andros Townsend, I was thinking of then. Sorry. So it'll be done. It should be done. Hopefully, let's hope it gets done in the next 25 minutes, 24 hours. So he's eligible to play against Spurs come Saturday afternoon. Because obviously, the more players we have, um, then obviously the more equipped we are, the more equipped we are. So, just so I mean, tell us your thoughts on the situation regarding Ashley Williams. Is he can he be the captain straight away? Would that put too many people's noses out of joint, or should that be what Koeman is looking to do? He's already said he didn't think that he had enough leaders and characters, and Everton weren't tough enough. So would that shake things up by making Townsend the captain immediately? Let us know. Let us know what you think on that. We are on Facebook. We're live on Facebook, so let's just get some of your comments. Andrew Hardman says, if it meant getting the deal over the line, well, I've already said that one. I've already done that one. I thought he was answering my question. Jay Jones says, next, yeah, need a goalkeeper. Owen Sillett says, great signing for the next year or two. Obviously, I think he signed a 3-year deal, so that's good. Bal Athwell says, don't think Jags will play much this season. James Evans says, heard on Twitter, Palace holding up the medical for Blassie. Don't know what that. Don't, didn't know they could do that. Well, there is talk as well. I mean, I haven't mentioned this of Nias going the other way, and Nias saying he doesn't want to go, and also 4 teams being linked with Nias, 4 Premier League teams. That's all I'm saying. Darren McMullen says, get rid of Jags. Andrew Harbin says, Williams for captain question mark. Gareth Edwards says, hoping for Mata and Begovic next, but doubtful. Marcel Dupree says, Jags is not vocal enough on the pitch. Cleve Flanagan says, Balassi is waiting for the green light off Palace to travel up for his medical. Yeah, sort of established that. Robert Anderson says we need a keeper. Yes, Garbutt has scored an own goal tonight for the under-21s, so that's where Garbutt under-23s. That's where Garbutt is. Tom Reams says the keeper and 31-year-old Williams is mid-table to relegation survival type signings. Very, very disappointed by our new owners, who I believe have been calculated. Tom, you're talking absolute nonsense, mate. Absolute nonsense. Ashley Williams is one of the best centre-backs in the Premier League. I think for the whole time he's been at Swansea, he's missed minutes, not games, minutes. He is. Honestly, I reckon I honestly believe if we hadn't got this over the line, someone like Arsenal would have come in for him. He's an absolute top class defender. He just gets on with his job and does it. So I'm really, really happy with him. Um, Dale Norton says I'd make him captain straight away. Jags doesn't talk enough on the pitch. Matt Mahan says Williams is one of the best defenders in the league. Any more? Jay Jones says matter all day. Well, that could happen. That could happen in the next few weeks. Who knows? Matt King says Williams is definitely captain material. But would it unsettle the club if he was given it? So what if it unsettled the club? Some people need unsettling at Everton Football Club. That's the way I'd look at it. Ellis Norhoff says delighted with Williams. He's solid and doesn't put a foot wrong. Bradley Archibald says Balassi is going to pass his medical. Tom, it doesn't matter if he's 31. Honest to God, 31-year-olds are not. They're not decrepit. Sylvan Distan, we bought him when he was 31, and we got 5 years out of him. So don't be worrying yourself. And again, Tom, he says, we've messed around on too many signings. Honestly, we haven't messed around on any signings. There have been bids put out for players, and those players just don't want to sign for us. Honestly, that's the top and bottom of it. You've got to be realistic. A marquee signing is needed, but you can't just create them out of thin air. That's what you're dealing with. We'd all have a marquee signing, but you can't just create them out the air. Finally, Johnny Grant says quality defender in, just need a partner for Rom and a keeper, e.g. Boney, Begovic, Remy or Balassi. Yeah. So I think again, Saturday is obviously the big kickoff, but I think there'll be more. We'll see more and more deals now. I think it's starting to roll now. It's starting to snowball, and I really do think we'll start to see deals all the way up to the window on the 31st. So don't just count Saturday as the day it all stops. I think it is gonna go right up to the window, and I think there might be a few surprises in there. I think once players find out that they're not wanted or they're not afforded, then maybe that's how we'll get them. If Axel Witsel hasn't signed for someone in a week or two, he's gonna look at us and go, "There's a big money offer on the table. I'll take that." And some others might do that, and I think it'll start happening. I honestly think by the time the window shuts, I think we'll have another maybe 4 or 5 new players at the club anyway. Thanks for all your comments on Facebook. If you're watching on YouTube, get your comments in there as well. Thanks for watching the Daily on Toffee TV. We'll be back tomorrow. See you later.